All-America East in 24, America East Defender in 25. And Neil Bhattacharjee says that she's continued to evolve and improve heading into this season. Certainly a scary proposition for America East opponents. Megan Baker set to throw America East all-second team last season. 2 goals, 4 assists. There's Garofalo. Puts a charge into that one to the midfield. Luke settles. What a season for Paige Luke last year. America East first team, 6 goals. And she was coming back from injury. Played only 9 games in 2024. Neil Bhattacharjee had such words of praise for Luke last season. They were worried exactly how she'd come back from that injury and ended up setting fitness records and conditioning programs for Binghamton University for this women's soccer program. She came back with a vengeance. In fact, in 24, she played in the midfield. Statistically, the numbers went down before her injury even, and then coming back more up front last season, the 6 goals, 6 assists, first team All-America East. There is Ziprich sending it away, the Colorado transfer. Crystal Knoll, transfer from Adelphi. Got her foot on that one for Binghamton. Knoll, maybe one of the new face, well, certainly a new face, but that might be the new face up front for Binghamton. Here's Jakea Davis. Davis so dangerous. Another first team All-America East member. 8 goals on the season. That one going wide. A couple of assists as well. She drew so much attention. Such a dangerous 1v1 player. But drawing that attention certainly opens up possibilities for her teammates. Here's Luke. Sends this one back. Bella Brown. Broken up, getting a foot on it. Eden Freeman Warren. 8 starts in 14 games last season for Freeman Warren as a freshman. Garofalo sends it ahead. Luke absorbs some contact as she sends this one ahead. Victoriano. 1-on-1 against Cunningham, and Cunningham helps cut off the angle. Victoriano setting up the corner kick. And Jakea Davis will help set that one up along with Buckwalter. Buckwalter leaves it. Davis will take it. Actually, Buckwalter takes it. In front, getting a piece. Garofalo sends it wide. Garofalo at 5'9". Good size there as she tried to create some space and get a piece of that one. The near side, out of play. Binghamton's carried much of the play here in the early going. Victoriano to throw in. Remember the America East All-Rookie team last season. Seems like wherever you go on this Binghamton roster, there's somebody who's a preseason All-America East or last season landed on a conference team, whether it's All-Rookie, first team, second team. Puck tried to turn the corner. It remains Lehigh possession. McCallum on the throw, senior from Houston, Texas. As Freeman Warren goes down, she'll pop back up after the whistle. Riley Michella, senior, originally committed to the University of Cincinnati, sends this one ahead. Garofalo gets a piece defensively for Binghamton. Good job by Sam Allen to help steer it away. Mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Sam Allen, maybe the most improved player in the offseason, gets it again. Neil Bhattacharjee, nothing but high praise for her work in the offseason. Part of that offseason for Binghamton included a trip to Italy as a team. Always good to get on the road as a team, to build some camaraderie, get more familiar with each other, but certainly a unique experience to do that in Italy. Team went to Florence, Rome, Naples, played a couple of scrimmages. Something Neil Bhattacharjee mentioned as a big takeaway, a big positive, is just the environment, a different style of play. Maybe some of the players in those scrimmages, as Luke tries to break free and does, puts on a chance and hits the crossbar. In the air, Luke plays it again with the head and sends it wide. Paige Luke inches away from getting Binghamton on the board. We'll take another look. Luke between a pair of Mountain Hawks, made quick work of them and sent it off the crossbar. Going back to that trip to Italy for Binghamton. Neil Bhattacharjee talking about the different style of play that Binghamton faced, and with that being 3,000 miles from home, a bit of an uncomfortable environment, or at least an unfamiliar one. And you take a look at the Bearcats' schedule this season. It includes a trip to Maryland to play the Terrapins on the road. They're going to face some uncomfortable situations this season, and Bhattacharjee felt like it was a real good opportunity to get into those kinds of situations and get comfortable being uncomfortable. Of course, aside from the soccer, also just a good time as a team to be in Italy and see Florence, Rome, Naples. Binghamton also, after that trip, thanks to a new transition period from the NCAA, had a chance to get on campus on July 15th. So 9 extra days together on the Italy trip. Stopped there by Zipprich. A chance to get on campus a couple of weeks earlier than normal, and the Bearcats feeling like at this point on the calendar, here mid-August, ahead of where they would normally be mid-August other seasons. Now a possible advance is place. Sends it ahead to some space, but that will head out of play. Megan Baker closest to it for Binghamton. Freeman Warren for Lehigh. Baker will take it for Binghamton. Mentioned the 8 points last season. 2 goals, 4 assists in 17 games. All those points came in her last 13. So without a point in her first 4, picked it up as the season went along. Has it on her foot now, at least for the moment, before giving it away. Davis in some space. Ahead to Victoriano. Broken up at the back line. Hill has it. Krempowski hits the deck along with Paige Place for Lehigh. Place back up, sophomore midfielder on the throw. The back line is where Lehigh is going to have a bit of a mix of players here. Cunningham, Gage, Place. May see a balance of younger players in the back. Kind of a shared workload. Here's Michella. Freeman Warren gets to it, and no, out of play. Baker will have another chance to play it for Binghamton. Baker's mom, Marcy, played soccer at Villanova, her sister at Rochester. Luke and Freeman Warren on the battle, and Freeman Warren gets it for Lehigh. Out of St. John's, Florida. Baker sends it away, but trying to work it back into position for Lehigh. Cat pluck to the sideline. Freeman Warren. Garofalo sweeps it away and sends it out of play. Nifty move there by Maddie Gage. But once again, the sideline proves to be a solid defender for Binghamton. Well, Paige Luke had about as high a quality a chance as you can get without actually getting it in the net. Other than that, though, not too many offensive chances, quality offensive chances. Binghamton 3 shots, including that one by Luke, but none on goal. No shots as of yet for Lehigh. Might change here. Hill. Victoriano chips it away. Hill will get it back. Place throws it, gets it back from Hill. Davis knocks it out of play. See Lizzie Holstein getting warm on the sideline for Binghamton. She in the pink penny. Holstein, a freshman midfielder. We'll see if she gets a chance to make an appearance. It's Riley Michella on the corner. Headed away, getting a piece, Paige Luke, to send it out of play, but Freeman Warren will pick it up for Lehigh. Baker gets a piece on the throw. Buckwalter the same. Baker sends it ahead, but not out. Luke picks it free. I think we have some members of the men's soccer team in the crowd appreciating the efforts of Paige Luke. Binghamton men's soccer team, that is. With some space, Hill, but ball a bit long for her. Allen back to Kessler. Hill stepped up on Allen to knock it out of play. Hill, a season-ending injury last year. Played in 6 games, had an assist. Back healthy this season. She is a threat. And that's something that Lehigh is kind of pinning its hopes on between the return of Hill and having Brossard. Hopefully for the entire season, a couple of threats to join Barua and maybe give a bit more of a charge to this team offensively. Gage plays it to midfield, broken up and getting a piece. Pluck. Chipped away. Gage is there once again to send it to the far sideline. Luke works it back. Here's Kromposki. Lost it to Hill. Kromposki helps get it back. Good recovery by the sophomore midfielder. Davis sending that to space. Here comes Knoll. Knoll across. Broken up. Getting a piece, Cunningham. And Michella sends it away. Good advance for Binghamton as we see. Looks like something on the right foot there. Trying to work it out. I believe that was Cat Pluck. Davis tips it back. Knoll looking to turn the corner. Sends it across. Davis the chip, and it goes wide. Binghamton stringing together some sustained chances here. Davis settles it down, sends it to space, and Victoriano helps to fill up that space. Kessler plays this one over to Garofalo. Kromposki sends it ahead. Buckwalter. Garofalo, big leg. We'll see how much of that she uses. Places it to Luke, who took some contact there by Hill. Luke doubled over for a second. Looks like she's still trying to work it out as Ziprich takes it for Lehigh. Ziprich mentioned the transfer from Colorado. Older brother played at Lehigh. Bit of a natural fit for her to come to the Mountain Hawks program. Victoriano. And there is Luke. Maybe none the worse for the wear. She chases that one down, sends it across, and a bit long if she was looking for Knoll. Binghamton will maintain possession. Substitutions coming in. Lola Wojciechowski coming in for Lehigh. Freshman midfielder Lily Holstein is in for Buckwalter. Meanwhile, Wojciechowski comes in for Michella.
Ladies and gentlemen, enter the game for the Bearcats is number 8. That's Lizzie Holstein, replacing number 10.
Anna Buckwalter, America East co-midfielder of the year. Season ago, had a chance to take a break on the bench here with 26 minutes left to go in the first half. Barua sent it to midfield. Four shots for Binghamton, none on goal. One each for Baker, Davis, Luke, and Garofalo. Garofalo's came off the corner when she headed it just wide. Kromposki chasing it for Binghamton. But a nice feed there. The tip by Hill, ahead to place. Back to Cunningham. Cunningham, a senior. Her first career goal came against Binghamton. Bearcats will maintain possession. Well, Binghamton 4 shots to none. 2 corners to 1 in favor of Binghamton as well. Bearcats have had most of the possession here in the early going. And Paige Luke, who had the best chance of this first half so far, sends it ahead, gets past Davis. Allen bumps it down, and then Kromposki on the slide, couldn't pick it up. Instead, here's Barua, met by Bella Brown. Near side, Page Place. Here's Hill, met quickly by Sam Allen. Barua, some space, puts this one on wide, and no one at the doorstep for Lehigh. Well, the best look of the night for Lehigh. Easton, Pennsylvania native, Amina Barua. Garofalo draws in Freeman Warren before sending it away on the second chance, this time with the head, works it near midfield on the far side. Cat Pluck getting a piece in the air once more. Luke looks to settle. Garofalo back to Kessler. Victoriano waiting for it. Davis advancing ahead of her as Victoriano looks for Davis. Didn't quite have the angle on it. Davis had to change direction as Victoriano sent the pass. Good job by Place to go stride for stride, chasing after it along the end line. Knoll to Davis in the air. Luke finds a bit of space as she sends that one over. Summerhill's been active today. Nice slide there to break it up. Megan Baker. Here's Knoll chasing it for Binghamton. Heads it ahead of Gage, gets a step. Knoll across, looking for Davis. Broken up, Cunningham gets a piece, and here is Pluck to send it out of play. Crystal Knoll getting involved. The transfer from Adelphi. NE10 All-Rookie team member last season, 3 goals in 17 games. We'll see if she gets a chance to make a play here as Megan Baker gets set to throw it in for Binghamton. Bearcats maintain possession. Kromposki steps up on it. Victoriano trying to split the defense, couldn't do it. Kromposki works it back. Bella Brown to Garofalo as the Bearcats will reset. Garofalo. Davis settles it in dangerous spot. Can't get possession. Swept away. And this will head right to the sideline. Picked up there by Sam Allen. Here's Hill. And a great interception there, breaking it up. Holstein. Nice play by the freshman midfielder. And Bearcats have had their chances, but this back line for Lehigh, for as kind of a work in progress as it is, has done all right tonight. Lehigh with possession. To look at Paige Luke. Maddie Gage. And chasing it down, but without the angle on it is Pluck. Actually, I checked that. That was Macy McCallum. Again, McCallum, Place, Cunningham, Gage, all part of that mix in the back line. Paige Luke. Couple of defenders on her, finds Krumposki. Holstein drops it off. Garofalo, one touch. In the air, under it, Knoll gets it to Luke. Victoriano, one touch and sends it wide. Luke, 6 assists last season. She got plenty of teammates involved, although many of those assists resulting in goals off the foot of Jakea Davis. Garofalo steps ahead of Freeman Warren to break it up. That one wide. I believe that's the first shot of the night for Lehigh. Comes off the foot of Wojciechowski. And Wojciechowski this time a bit frustrated. Well, she had a chance to build some possession there for Lehigh. 5-1 shot advantage for Binghamton. Luke gets a piece. Bouncing on the near side. Cunningham steps up. Luke again. Davis gets by Cunningham. Now working 1v1 against Pluck. Dishes it off. Holstein works it to space. McCallum tracks it down. Keeps this one in play. Garofalo takes it away for Binghamton. Davis gets a bit of a chip. Knoll got a piece as well. Cunningham steps in to break it up. Lehigh possession despite the protestation from Megan Baker. Substitutions coming in. Freshman forward Taylor Gable and junior Alexis Worrell coming in for Binghamton. Meanwhile, Sophia Bowman and Elliot Forney step in for Lehigh. Looks like Knoll coming off, along with Baker. Chip ahead by Pluck, broken up. Here's Luke. Gable touching for the first time tonight. And Worrell as well. Another Binghamton substitution. Chelsea Donaldson, freshman midfielder, coming in for Lizzie Holstein. So freshman for freshman. Holstein, couple of nice touches during her time. Krempowski works into Victoriano.
Ladies and gentlemen, into the Bearcats, number 13 is Alexis Worrell, replacing number 2, Megan Baker.
Garofalo looking to pick her spot.
And number 25, Chelsea
Donaldson closest to it for Binghamton.
Number 8, Lizzie Holstein.
Getting her first touch in a Bearcat uniform from Camillus, New York. All section and 3-time All-League midfielder in 4 years during her high school days. Cunningham. And this one, good job taking it away. Gable sends it in front. Back to midfield, Garofalo with the header. Gage works it back to midfield, trying to get it out of danger. Barua to the feet of Wojciechowski. Now on the near side, it's Place. Garofalo on the back line for Binghamton, gets it out of danger. Davis takes a knee on the turf as she looks to shake off some contact. There's Paige Place. Luke trying to get away from Elliot Forney. Senior defender coming off the bench. Nice job on Luke. Davis got a piece but sent it out of play. Allen got a piece. Looked like Barua had a chance, had that ball come through, to maybe make a play on it and get a chance for Lehigh. Place goes back to Cunningham, and she'll find Gage. Touch there by Forney. Forney off the bench here tonight, but she led Lehigh in minutes last season with 1,434 and some contact. Victoriano bumping up with Bowman. Lehigh with possession. Here is Forney, the senior, on the free kick. Approaching 10 minutes left to go in this first half. Binghamton a 5-1 shot advantage. Neither team with a shot on goal. Lehigh's actually seen a bit more time on this half of the pitch here, as this half is approaching 10 minutes left to go. Forney sends it ahead. Garofalo elevates, and this one comes to Kessler, and she'll let it go wide off the foot of Page Place. Victoriano, one touch to midfield. Davis, the tap over to Donaldson. Garofalo to Luke. And here's Davis trying to get a step. Davis puts it on and scores! Jakea Davis picking up where she left off last season. 8 goals a season ago, and the first tally of the season for Binghamton this year. It is 1-0 Bearcats. Take another look at this one. The first of the season for Binghamton, the first for Davis. We had mentioned just a moment ago, Lehigh playing a bit more on the Binghamton end of things. But it didn't take much, and Davis doesn't need much. He has such great speed. Such a great feel for the ball at her feet as well. Once she got a step past the back line of Lehigh, it was pretty much game over at that point. And we have a video replay review right now. Wonder if they're looking at a potential offside or not. Players will take advantage here, get some hydration. So if the goal does stand, Davis getting her first of the season. Her 8 a year ago, tied for second in America East. Here you'll see what the officials are looking at. And it looks like that review is done. And a thumbs up from the official. And so the goal confirmed.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Davis, meanwhile, will take a seat. She and Krempowski come off as we have some substitutions. Jordan Ford, a freshman defender, coming on for Binghamton, and a freshman forward, Ava Chun, is on for the Bearcats as well. Lily Betancourt, freshman midfielder, and another freshman midfielder, Ella Pomeranski, is on for Lehigh. So some substitutions here. 9:13 left in the first half. So you've got 9:13 left here and the halftime break. A chance for both teams to get some rest for some of their players. Bella Brown gets it in the air. First touch by Jordan Ford, the freshman from White Plains, New York, finds fellow freshman Ava Chun. Here's Donaldson, another freshman. So some youth on the pitch for Binghamton. Alexis Worrell backpedaling. Had the game-winning goal against Lehigh a season ago, back on August 17th. 2-1 win for Binghamton. at Lehigh. Pomeranski slips, but it's Lehigh possession. There's a look at Pomeranski, freshman from Alexandria, Virginia. Maddie Gage set to send it. Touched there by Chun. Taylor Gable. Gable sends it across and into the hands of Ziprich, who comes down with it. A look at Taylor Gable. Gable, Deer Park High School, accomplished soccer player, obviously making her way to Binghamton University. Was also a two-time all-county quarterback for the flag football team at Deer Park High School. Forney sends it out of play for Lehigh. Flag football starting up here at Binghamton University in 2028. McCallum steers it back to her goalkeeper, Chloe Ziprich. There's Macy McCallum. 35th career start for the senior here this evening. 39th game overall. Wojciechowski trying to get out of traffic. Nice work by Gable to elevate, making the most out of that 5'3" frame. Gable in the mix still as she gets it back to Garofalo. Here's Forney. Cunningham gets it to the near side for Place. Place trying to connect with Bowman. Wojciechowski. Nifty feet getting it back to Cunningham. Bowman got a piece, but Sam Allen able to track it down for Binghamton. Goes back to Kessler, who returns it to Allen. Forward back to Allen. And that is going to be Binghamton possession. And a Binghamton substitution as Mackenzie Brotherson comes in for Ali Victoriano. Brotherston played 9 games last season. Missed 6+ weeks with an injury. She tried to build some momentum during her freshman season, limited to 9 games. Talented player, though, all-state in New Jersey. Luke trying to turn the corner on Palmeransky. Ford settles. Cunningham able to work that one away. Chun couldn't advance it. There's Place. That one goes off of Chun, out of play. Matty Gage over to Pluck. And this one comes free. Here's Luke. Paige Luke, and it just bounces ahead of her, allowing for Ziprich to come in and make the stop. Bella Brown ahead to Luke, one touch. There's Ford. Back to Donaldson. The freshman connect now, the senior Garofalo. Under 2 to go here in the first half. Jakea Davis, lone goal in this one. Binghamton the 1-0 lead. Paige Luke got the assist on that goal, so second verse, same as the first when it comes to those two connecting from last season to this season. Luke 6 assists, Davis 8 goals last season. Not a coincidence, as a nice ball there by Gable. Chun turns, shot block, Chun still on it. Chun puts the left foot into it, and it pinballs wide of the net. And we've got a review coming up. We'll take a look. It was Chun who carried much of that play. And we had a Bearcat player there, kind of the middle of your screen, seemed to gesture a couple of times, both as the play was going on and at the end of it. There you see Gable, terrific ball. Are they arguing Cunningham may have touched it? I don't know. It was, I think Brotherston, number 16, at the bottom of your screen, who just went away from the screen. She was the one gesturing to the sideline. And this is a Binghamton review. Binghamton called for this review. So I think Binghamton was looking for a goal kick here. Or pardon me, I think. Now let's get some clarification on this review. Here's Garofalo. So it's going to be a corner here for Binghamton. Minutes ago. Luke gets it up, and a big stop there by Ziprich as the rebound goes above the net. Chloe Ziprich, hands up. You see Luke and Ziprich, 5 feet 6 inches tall, needing all of it to make that stop. Luke has had a couple of close calls here in the first, looking for another. Sends that one ahead. Gable. Now Brotherston looking for a piece, but Bowman gets it out of danger with 9 seconds left here in the first half.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that will do it for the able to carry play a bit. But those 9 shots just kind of kept the pressure on, and eventually the floodgates opened at least a little bit with the Jakea Davis goal. And a 1-0 Binghamton lead as we begin the second half. Here is Luke. Stepping in is McCallum to knock it away. Corner coming, and it looks like Buckwalter back to take it for Binghamton. Davis there as well, but Buckwalter takes it, and Baker trying to advance. Thwarted as Cunningham knocks it away. Actually, that was Pomeranski knocking it away. Pardon me, the freshman defender for Lehigh. Baker sends it to Davis, who heads it just wide. Well, Binghamton starting the second half like it ended the first. Offensive pressure, including Davis on a potential finish. Here's Ziprich. Burrell gets it loose. Touched there by Holstein. Or check that, that was Bella Brown on the touch. Garofalo on the back end. Works this one across. Sam Allen. Davis met by Gage. Luke ahead to Orell. Baker across. Gage got a piece. Allen to Davis, works this one back. Krempowski finds Bella Brown. Pomeranski giving chase. It'll stay Binghamton possession. Sam Allen. Ball free and cleared away. Place gets it out of danger, at least for the moment. Now a potential advance here for Lehigh, thwarted by Bella Brown. Grossar been relatively silent here. Uber talented. No doubt she'll be heard from before this night is done. Here's Davis. Luke trailing back to Davis, and she hits the post, goes after it, or tries to, but Ziprich able to collect as the ball bounced right off the post to Ziprich. It's a 1-0 game, but this is the second pipe that Binghamton's hit. Baker down the sideline. Luke trying to keep it alive for Binghamton. And she was the last touch as McCallum lets it go out of play. Ziprich has been busy. 11 shots by Binghamton, 1 on goal. But a lot of action by the net. Garofalo. Ahead to Davis. Garofalo slow in getting up. Keeping an eye on that as Cunningham knocks it away, at least for the moment. Luke gets it back. Here's Davis. Garofalo gingerly at midfield, stretching things out. And that one wide. Buckwalter puts it wide of the cage. Here's Baker. Krempowski sends it to the far side. Allen. Buckwalter to the near side. Baker waiting. Baker met by Pomeranski. Buckwalter slides it back to Allen. Works it across. And some contact between Worrell and Brossard. Brossard, near side. Back to McCallum. Lost it. Here's Davis. Worrell, nice job to get it back for Binghamton. Davis draws a couple of defenders to her. Brossard. Garofalo able to get a piece for the Bearcats, and here is Brown. Buckwalter threads the needle to Luke. Page Luke trying to get by Michella. Davis through traffic, puts on the shot and gets the goal! Once again, it's Jakea Davis, her second of the night as the Bearcats go on top 2-0. You can see there are 4 brown shirts in the frame with Jakea Davis. And Davis found a way. So 2-0 Binghamton on Davis's second goal. And sounds like Paige Luke is going to pick up the assist. So 2 goals for Davis, 2 assists for Luke. Again, a theme that developed last season. Continuing this season. Garofalo sends this one ahead, and it will hit her teammate, but one who's on the sideline, Mackenzie Brotherston. Garofalo bumping with Barua. Luke gets it free for a moment, but Michella steps up, turns it the other way. Here's Barua. Again, dangerous on the attack. Looks for some help. Krempowski breaks it up. And Buckwalter has it for Binghamton. Back quickly there by Wojciechowski. Barua gets it to space. Picked up by Bowman. Bowman works it across. Garofalo for Binghamton. Able to get a piece and steer it out of danger. Worrell Near side for Luke. And Worrell picks it up in stride. Michella trailing Worrell. 1v1 against Michella. Deflected back. And Pomeranski with it for Lehigh. Whistle and Lehigh possession after Worrell makes the contact with Pomeranski. Pomeranski, freshman from Alexandria, Virginia. Went to Hayfield Secondary School. A 4.0 plus GPA. Bella Brown got a piece, goes out of play. McCallum set for the throw. Try it again with McCallum. Garofalo, a piece with the head. Worrell trying to shield off Wojciechowski. Pomeranski draws a couple of Bearcats to her. And who last touched? Looks like it will be Binghamton possession. Have a substitution coming in though. Lizzie Holstein, freshman midfielder, comes in for Anna Buckwalter. Rebecca Kessler hasn't had to worry about too much action here tonight so far. Sends this one away. Cunningham sends it back to her keeper, Ziprich. Gage heads it back to midfield. Brosar. Again, talented player. Works that one back to Gage. Here's Cunningham over to the far side in place. Will carry ahead. Brosar back to place. And Lehigh possession. Place will throw in for the Mountain Hawks. Well, the sideline proving to thwart that advance by Binghamton. Paige Luke once again trying to make something happen offensively for the Bearcats. McCallum lines it up and breaking it up for Binghamton. At least for the moment was Megan Baker, then some contact between Worrell and Pomeranski, and the Bearcats with possession. Garofalo set to send it away. Gage got a piece for Lehigh. Maddie Gage, 5'9", able to elevate. Here's Garofalo. That one gets by Place. Went to play it. Got by her and evidently did not touch because it will be Lehigh possession. Substitutions coming in for Binghamton. Ava Chun comes in for Jakea Davis, and Megan Baker comes out with Crystal Knoll coming in. Knoll number 20, Chun number 22. Knoll, the sophomore transfer from Adelphi, and Chun, freshman from Tenafly, New Jersey. Morrell steps up, but sends it out of play. McCallum throws it in. McCallum a touch again. Krempowski sends it to Luke. Here's Michelle breaking it up, works it ahead to Barua. Bowman settles, sends it to the back line for Binghamton, where Garofalo sends it out of play. Here's Luke at midfield, met by Michelle. Luke advancing. Michelle tries to slow her down. Now Luke looks for some help. Here's Chun. Chips it back to Luke, but a bit too strong, goes out of play. Pluck coming in for Michelle. Brossard comes out, and Forney is on for Lehigh.
Ladies and gentlemen, into the Mountain Hawks lineup is number 8, that's Kate Paul, replacing number 7, Riley Machado.
Burrell tracks it down for Binghamton, one-on-one against Pomeranski. Pomeranski gets a piece. Worrell works it to midfield. There's Sam Allen. Ahead to Brown. Luke reached for it. Cunningham able to eventually get it to the foot of Wojciechowski. But now back along the sideline and out of play, it will be Binghamton possession. Victoriano on the throw. Luke met by Pluck. Back to Victoriano. There's Brown. Garofalo has space. Worrell. Neil Bhattacharjee, the Binghamton head coach, just said 1v1 once Worrell got it. Worrell eventually passes it up. Here's Garofalo across, and the header right to the breadbasket of Ziprich. Paige Luke, who else? Getting good position. Krempowski finds Sam Allen. There's Luke with a piece, and it's going to be Crystal Knoll. Knoll looked to send it across, but Maddie Gage had other ideas. There's Luke as Gage gets it away. Knoll stays on it. Brown to the end line. Worrell slides, but can't keep it in play. More substitutions for Binghamton. It's Taylor Gable. Meanwhile, Summerhill comes in for Barua. Gable is coming in for Paige Luke.
Ladies and gentlemen, checking into the Blackhawks lineup is number 5. That's Summerhill. Hill is replaced by number 18.
Luke has played the full 63 to this point of the game, but now takes a breather on the bench. Brown can't keep it in play.
Replaced by number 18. Paige Luke.
Another substitution for Binghamton. Chelsea Donaldson will come in for Jakea Davis. Actually, check that. She is coming in for Lizzie Holstein. Krempowski tracks it down at midfield. Allen looked to advance. Nice play by Hill to chip it loose. Battled for it along the far sideline, and it will be Lehigh possession. Gage waits for it. Krempowski breaks it up at midfield, but some contact, and Lehigh will maintain possession. Look at Page Place, number 28 for Lehigh, and there is Elliot Forney, senior defender. Forney to line it up. She's played 16 minutes so far in this game. Again, leading Lehigh in minutes played last season. Garofalo heads it down. And this one out of play. Brown gets a touch. Midfield, it's Chun. Gage breaks it up, but sends it to the Bearcat bench. Another substitution, Jordan Ford coming in for Binghamton. And Bella Brown steps out. Krempowski took some contact from Pomeranski. Krempowski slow and getting up and favoring her left leg. Garofalo heads it away off the throw. Once again, it'll be McCallum to throw it in. Place steers it back to her keeper, Ziprich. Garofalo heads it. Here's Worrell looking to settle. Wojciechowski steps in the way. Garofalo returns the favor, works into the back line of Lehigh. Cunningham tracks it down, will let Ziprich take it. Here's McCallum at midfield. Garofalo heads it forward. Donaldson couldn't advance. Ford will look to do it for Binghamton. Donaldson does get a piece for the Bearcats. Now on the far side, on the back line, Page Place has it for Lehigh. This one goes out of play. Summerhill was advancing toward the offensive zone for Lehigh, but couldn't connect. Toriano sends it to space. That space filled now by Ziprich, who takes it. See the substitution on your screen. That's what's upcoming. Freeman Warren still on the sideline waiting for a whistle to come in for Sophia Bowman. Contact between Pluck for Lehigh and Gable, who's back up and jogging it off for Binghamton. Garofalo lining up the free kick. Still bouncing. Knoll on it for Binghamton. Knoll turns across the header, and that one saved. Rebound and a goal! Bearcats on top now, 3-0. And it's Donaldson, Chelsea Donaldson, the freshman from Camillus, New York. You see Knoll keeping alive for the Bearcats. First the header by Chun, and then the finish by Donaldson. The freshman keeping that one alive in front, and Donaldson with the finish. No assist because the header by Chun was touched by the goalkeeper Ziprich. But Donaldson got it back and got the goal. Three-0 Bearcat lead. Gorell breaks it up for Binghamton. Victoriano able to step up on that one, using her speed to advance past midfield. Victoriano looking for Gable. Gable 1v1 against Cunningham, who knocks it loose, and Gage sends it out of play. Here's a look at upcoming broadcasts on ESPN Plus. Binghamton soccer, men and women. Next up, the women take on Marist here at the Bearcat Sports Complex on Sunday. Some familiar names for this Bearcat program on the Marist sideline. Actually, one who won't be on the sideline is former Binghamton University assistant Esworel, keeping it alive along the near sideline. But Nicole Pacapeliciano on maternity leave. Congratulations to her, former Binghamton University assistant. Instead, it'll be Mackenzie Hanna, former Binghamton University Bearcat, class of 21. Be leading Marist to Vestal, New York, along with fellow assistant and 2026 graduate Allison Falvo. So a couple of Bearcats on the sideline for Marist as Marist makes its way, the Red Foxes, to Vestal on Sunday. Shots 15-2 in favor of Binghamton. Gable, including a 4-0 shot on goal advantage. Gable sends it to space that Worrell fills nicely. Puts this one wide. There's Worrell, able to settle, but send it too high. Worrell will come off as Megan Baker comes back on. Jakea Davis comes on for Ava Chun. McCallum gets a piece, as does Garofalo. Garofalo's header sends it out of play. Krompowski works it back. Garofalo has it. Up to Baker just off the bench. Nice job by Knoll to chip it ahead. Here is Gable. Gable trying to come wide of Cunningham. And Cunningham at least slows Gable down. She finds Knoll. Works it across. Gable gets it back in a somewhat dangerous spot. And now some contact. Krompowski getting tangled up with Hill. Lehigh will have possession. Zipprich sends this one ahead. Freeman Warren had it for a moment. Now Place looking for Hill. Too long on that pass. Substitution. It's going to be Brooke Herber coming in for Binghamton. First appearance of the game for Herber. She's coming in for Sam Allen. Herber missed all, well, I shouldn't say all of last season. Did play one game, was injured, and missed the rest of the season. So she's been working her way back from injury. Not fully there yet, but has done a great job getting herself ready for this season. At the same time, Sam Allen, who she is replacing in this game, has really emerged in the offseason as a really nice option at the center back spot as well. So some depth here for Binghamton. Herber, graduate student, again a chance to play this season after playing just one game last season. Second team All-America East in 23, preseason All-America East in 24. Some high-level depth for Binghamton in that area. Center back, Freeman Warren gets that to Kessler, who touches, I think that's the, let's see if that goes down as a shot on goal. If so, the first of the evening for Lehigh. Got 13 minutes left in this one. Herber backpedaling. Now Krempowski steps up and able to chip it away from Wojciechowski. Wojciechowski. McCallum battling. McCallum and Knoll. Pretty good conflict there as we've got a whistle. And Lehigh will have possession. McCallum with the left foot. Knoll steps up to take it away for Binghamton. Here's Jakea Davis. 1-on-5 here. As you can see all those brown shirts around Davis. Now Davis gets some help. Here's Knoll. Decides to get closer. Bump there by McCallum. Goes out of play. Substitutions coming in for Binghamton. We see Brotherston, Buckwalter, Sophia Miller for the first time tonight. And another one in there trying to get a number for you. Bella Brown is back in for Jordan Ford. So 4 substitutions for the Bearcats with just over 11 minutes to go. We've seen 18 field players tonight for Binghamton. Pomeranski down. She's slow in getting up, but she'll make her way up. Herbert plays that one ahead as Buckwalter let it go. Here's Megan Baker. Baker across and a collision in front. Paige Luke, I believe, is the one slow in getting up for Binghamton. Actually, pardon me, that's Sophia Miller. Bearcats offside, so Lehigh will play it. See, Betancourt is in for McCallum, or at least that's upcoming. Forney chipped back to Gage. Here's McCallum. Pomeranski. Some contact on Bella Brown, who's back up. Brown, a senior. Garofalo sends it ahead. Freeman Warren trying to get out of danger. Instead, this one on Cage and the stop by Zebrich. Nifty move, and here comes Gable. Well, with Sunday's game, I have a chance to talk to Neil Bhattacharjee tomorrow, and I've got to imagine he's pleased with not just what he's seen here tonight, but the depth he's been able to display. Yes, it's two players who we expect big things from this season, and Jakaya Davis and Paige Luke. Davis 2 goals, Luke 2 assists, but we saw the freshman right in the middle of things, Ava Chun, and then the finish by Chelsea Donaldson on Binghamton's 3rd goal. Here's Miller, puts on the shot, and the stop by Ziprich. Kessler hasn't handled that too much tonight. Baker, spin that one past McCallum. There are 5 Bearcats waiting to check into the game. And it's going to be Chun, Grace McCasland, Samantha Schroeder, Lucia Lopez Velasco, and oh, we're missing one. I'm missing one. Chun's in for Gable, McCaslin in for Davis. I think Alexis Worrell making her way back into the game as well.
For the Bearcats is number 22, that's Eva Chun. Placed by number 7, Taylor Gable.
Gage breaking it up along the back line.
Replacing number 3, Jakaya Davis. And number 27, Samantha Schroeder. Replacing number 17, Sydney Konkowski.
And I think that's Ava Mason who just touched, freshman defender. So that might have been that substitution I missed. 3-time New Jersey State champ at Rutgers Prep. Meanwhile, the other half of the pitch, it's Pomeranski breaking it up on the back line for Lehigh. And there is Mason. Ava Mason, a big-time recruit, ranked 30th best defender in the nation in her recruiting class by Top Drawer Soccer. Nice centering feed. Chun didn't find some friendly feet. Instead, here's Lillis. Works it across. So again, I'd have to imagine pretty much the way the Bearcats would want to script it here tonight. 3-0 victory. At least that's the score with 3 to go. Bearcats have carried much of the play here tonight, a 16-2 shot advantage. "23 field players have seen time here tonight for Binghamton. Taylor gets a piece, now advancing for the Bearcats, but Brotherston broken up along the back line for Lehigh. Actually, that was, that was Lucia Lopez Velasco. Across and wide. That was Brotherston. Cunningham tracks it down, gets it to Ziprich. A minute to go here in this one, and what looks to be a successful season opener for the Binghamton University Bearcats. Mason able to make a play on it. Freeman Warren on the throw. Wojciechowski. And this one goes wide. Kessler in no hurry to pick up the ball at the side of her net. 20 seconds left to go in this one. See how much hang time Kessler can get into this one.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Say about 3.5 seconds.
4, 3, 2.
And time runs out along the far sideline. The Bearcats victorious.